Have you ever crafted the perfect message, hit send, and then silence? You wait, check your phone, and see nothing but an empty screen. It's frustrating, right? It leaves you questioning if you're even on their radar. In today's world, where everyone is constantly scrolling and bombarded with notifications, it's all too easy for messages to get lost or ignored. But here's the thing. Communication is a powerful tool, and when used effectively, it can capture anyone's attention. Imagine sending messages that spark curiosity, build connection, and practically demand a reply. Today, I'm going to reveal 7 types of messages that are almost impossible to resist. Messages that cut through the noise and keep you on their mind, no matter what. So, if you're ready to learn the secrets of crafting messages they won't be able to ignore, stay with me until the end. Trust me, these tips can transform how people respond to you and how they see you. And before we dive in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and join our Mindful Stoicism community. Let's make sure you never get left on red again, ready to captivate their attention. Let's dive in. 1. The thought-provoking question. When it comes to getting someone's attention, few things work as well as tapping into their natural curiosity. The best way to do this? Send a thought-provoking question, one that goes beyond the everyday "how's it going" or "what's up." When you pose a question that requires a moment of reflection, you're inviting them to think deeply and engage with you on a different level. Imagine receiving a message that says, "What's the most fascinating thing you learned this week?" Or, "If you could redo any day in the past month, which one would it be and why?" These questions can't be answered with a simple yes or no. They require some thought, and that's exactly why they're hard to ignore. They offer a break from routine conversations and allow the other person to share something personal and unique about themselves. It's an invitation to be vulnerable and expressive, a refreshing change that can make your message stand out. Thought-provoking questions can also be subtly tailored to the interests or passions of the person you're messaging. If they're into travel, you might ask, "If you could go anywhere right now, where would it be?" If they're passionate about their work, try, "What's the most exciting project you're working on these days?" By tapping into what matters to them, you're signaling that you pay attention to who they are and what they enjoy. This kind of question not only helps you avoid being left on read, but also strengthens your connection, as it shows genuine curiosity and respect for their thoughts. So, the next time you're about to send a message, skip the usual small talk. Ask something that prompts them to pause, reflect, and respond, because once they do, they'll likely remember you as someone they enjoy engaging with. The value-adding message. Imagine receiving a message that's more than just small talk, something that actually adds value to your day. In a world where people are used to surface-level interactions, the value-adding message stands out. Instead of the usual "hey" or "how's it going," try sending something that leaves a meaningful impression, something they'll remember. This message shows thoughtfulness, depth, and a desire to bring positive energy into their lives, which is refreshing in today's fast-paced communication culture. Start by considering what genuinely interests them. Is there a subject or hobby they're passionate about? Perhaps they love reading, or they're on a journey of self-improvement. By tailoring your message around their interests, you're not only showing that you pay attention, but also that you genuinely care about what excites them. For example, if they're into fitness, you could send a thought-provoking article on workout recovery or a motivational quote from an athlete. If they're into personal growth, share a powerful quote, a book recommendation, or even a Stoic principle that might resonate with them. One effective approach could be sharing something inspiring, like, I came across this quote today and thought you might appreciate it. The more you seek out discomfort, the stronger you become. It reminded me of the conversations we've had about pushing past limits. Not only does this show that you're thoughtful, but it also positions you as someone who brings a fresh perspective, an insight, or even a source of inspiration into their life. When you send value-adding messages, you're doing more than just texting. You're elevating the quality of your interactions. This kind of message isn't something they'll want to ignore because it shows you're invested in a meaningful connection. It adds depth, creating an impression that lingers, and in doing so, it strengthens your bond and keeps you in their thoughts. 3. The shared memory. One of the most powerful tools in any message arsenal is the shared memory. Why? Because memories carry emotional weight. They have the power to instantly transport someone back to a particular time, evoking all the emotions, sensations, and feelings associated with that moment. When you bring up a shared memory, you're tapping into that emotional reservoir, reminding them not only of the experience itself, but also of the bond you both shared in that moment. Imagine sending a message that says, "Remember when we went to that little coffee shop downtown and spent hours talking? I was just thinking about how much fun that was." A message like this is far more engaging than a generic greeting. It pulls them back into a memory that you both hold and subtly reminds them of how good it felt to be in each other's company. Shared memory messages are also powerful because they reaffirm connection. In a busy world where it's easy to drift apart, reminding someone of the experiences you've shared can help to rekindle closeness. It shows that you genuinely value those moments and appreciate the time you spent together. This kind of message is almost impossible to ignore, as it invites them to revisit that memory with you, and in doing so, feel those same positive emotions once again. When you use shared memories strategically, you remind them of a time when they enjoyed your company, which may even lead them to seek out future moments like that. Shared memory messages foster a sense of nostalgia and connection that's uniquely powerful. By sharing memories, you're not just talking to them in the present, you're also tapping into a part of their past, building a bridge between then and now, and creating a strong foundation for future interactions. 4. The compliment plus message. Compliments are one of the simplest yet most powerful tools for building connection and warmth in any relationship. But here's the trick. Not all compliments are created equal. Generic flattery like "you're great" or "nice job" often feels empty or forced, especially if it's not specific. A compliment plus message goes beyond the surface by making your praise not only genuine, but also unique and thoughtful. When you offer a compliment that highlights a specific quality or action, it shows that you've noticed details about them, details that most people overlook. For example, instead of saying, "You're smart," try something like, "I really admire how you broke down that complex idea so clearly. You make things so easy to understand." Or rather than, "You're talented," go with, "The dedication you put into your work is inspiring. You make it look effortless, even though I know how much effort it takes." By focusing on unique qualities or specific moments, your compliment becomes more meaningful and memorable. The compliment plus approach not only feels sincere, but also creates a sense of connection, showing that you genuinely see and appreciate them for who they are. This kind of message stands out in a sea of everyday interactions, making them feel valued and understood. When people feel recognized in a deep way, they're more likely to feel a bond with you, to open up, and to respond positively. The beauty of the compliment plus message is that it leaves a lasting impression. It's rare for someone to ignore a thoughtful acknowledgement of who they are, especially when it reflects something meaningful to them. And when your messages are memorable, you create a lasting connection, one that they're likely to remember and respond to. 5. The unpredictable check-in. Routine is comfortable, but it can also become dull, especially when it comes to messaging. If you find yourself starting every message with the same old "hey" or "what's up," it's no wonder responses can sometimes feel lackluster or delayed. Breaking out of predictable patterns can instantly make your message stand out. Enter the unpredictable check-in, a message that catches them off guard in the best possible way. Instead of starting with a standard greeting, send a message that's fresh, specific, and unique to you. For example, if you just experienced something new or exciting, let them in on it with a message like, "I just tried this crazy new coffee that I'm convinced you'd love," or "Guess who I ran into today." Not only does this make your message feel alive and personal, but it also invites a curious, engaged response. They'll be more inclined to reply because you're giving them something interesting to talk about rather than another routine check-in. Another great twist on the unpredictable check-in is sharing something quirky or funny that made you think of them. If you saw a meme that reminded you of an inside joke, send it with a message like, "This immediately reminded me of you." This type of message is light, it's memorable, and it brings up a shared connection, making it nearly impossible to ignore. Why does this work so well? It taps into the element of surprise and shows that you're thoughtful, spontaneous, and interested in more than surface-level small talk. By breaking out of routine messaging patterns, you keep the conversation fresh, engaging, and something they'll look forward to. The unpredictable check-in shows that you bring variety and excitement to their day, which is a key factor in keeping communication alive and compelling. 6. The just because message. The just because message is a simple yet powerful way to show genuine care and warmth without any hidden intentions. Often we feel compelled to reach out only when we have a specific reason, like asking a question or making plans. But imagine receiving a message from someone who just wanted to check in or wish you well. No strings attached. It feels refreshing, doesn't it? That's because these messages are rare, and they communicate thoughtfulness and authenticity. Sending a just because message is one of the easiest ways to create a meaningful impact. Try something like, "Hey, just thought I'd say hi and hope you're having a great day," or "I was thinking about you and wanted to check in, hope everything's going well." These simple words can make the person on the other end feel valued and appreciated. It's human nature to crave recognition, and when someone reaches out purely out of thoughtfulness, it brings a sense of warmth and connection. There's no pressure with this type of message. The person doesn't feel obligated to respond with an answer or engage in a long conversation. They can reply in their own time without feeling rushed. It's a no expectations approach, which makes the gesture feel even more sincere. Often, people end up responding eagerly, drawn by the sincerity and kindness behind the message. A just because message also subtly reminds them that they're on your mind, creating a soft but lasting bond. It helps you build a connection that isn't based on needing something, but rather on wanting to be part of each other's lives. It may seem like a small act, but this type of message shows that relationships are about presence and kindness, not just purpose. 7. The future plan seed. Planting the future plan seed is a powerful way to subtly create anticipation and build connection. Unlike typical messages that focus on the present or past, this approach looks toward a shared experience, even if it's hypothetical or tentative. Imagine sending something like, "We should check out that new art exhibit sometime," or "Have you tried that coffee place yet? I've heard it's amazing." maybe we could go sometime. These kinds of messages accomplish two things. They express genuine interest in spending time together, and they create a subtle invitation that's open-ended and low pressure. The beauty of this approach lies in its simplicity. By proposing something that aligns with their interests or shared activities, you're showing thoughtfulness and attentiveness without pushing for immediate commitment. This way, you become associated with excitement, relaxation, or enjoyment activities they naturally look forward to. Even if they don't reply right away, the message sticks in their mind, sparking an idea they may return to when they're ready to connect. Moreover, when done right, the future plan seed can deepen your connection without any risk of coming across as needy or clingy. Unlike a direct, "When can we meet?" which can feel urgent or demanding, the future plan seed is subtle. It allows them to imagine spending time with you without feeling obligated or pressured. This builds attraction on a psychological level, as people are naturally drawn to someone who's interested in creating memorable moments together, but is also relaxed about the when. So next time, instead of sending a standard message, consider planting a future plan seed. Make it something thoughtful and genuinely intriguing, something they'd look forward to. You'll find that this subtle approach not only grabs their attention, but leaves them eager to follow up and create those future memories with you. These 7 messages aren't just tricks, they're strategies rooted in intentional, meaningful communication. They're crafted to grab attention, resonate emotionally, and keep you at the forefront of their mind. Think about it. With these simple yet powerful messages, you'll stand out from the endless stream of generic texts they receive daily. So next time you're tempted to wait and wonder, try one of these approaches instead. Watch how quickly the dynamic shifts when you make an impact with your words. If you found these tips helpful, make sure to subscribe to Mindful Stoicism for more insights on building strong connections and mastering the art of communication through Stoic wisdom. Our goal is to help you bring more intention and depth into every interaction, because in the end, mindful connections lead to meaningful relationships. And before you go, here's something for you. Have you ever tried any of these messaging techniques before? Or maybe you've got your own favorite method for capturing attention. Share your experiences in the comments below. Thanks for watching. And remember, in a world full of distractions, genuine and mindful communication will always set you apart.